Hey, I'm Lex.
And I'm Gibby, and welcome to another episode of Porch Swing People.
Each week we bring a guest onto the porch swing to talk about whatever they want to talk about from their life. We're so excited to have Denise on the podcast today. I don't know who she is, but I'm still excited because I know it's going to be a fun time and we love the questions that she has picked. Gibby, can you tell us a little about Denise?
Well, I can tell you a little bit about Denise. She went to high school with us. We had a phenomenal, fun class, and she
Mm-hmm.
was a character in that. So that's really all I'm going to tell you about Denise. But it's so nice that she is going to join us today, so I think we should
Mm-hmm.
bring her on.
Let's bring her on.
Copy that. Hey.
Hey, Denise.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, thank you for being on our podcast. Have you
Yeah.
been on a podcast before?
I have not. I have actually done lots of interviews in my life because of my job, but I have
Right
never
on.
been on a
Oh my
podcast.
gosh. I feel like we have we're just going to start from the top. Tell us about yourself,
Excellent.
Denise.
Yeah.
I have had a phenomenal career. I've worked at 2 universities, 2 zoos, an art museum, a history museum, and now city government.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
and so a lot of my life, I don't have kids and I'm not married, so I am a workaholic a little bit, but then I also have a lot of fun. I'm sort of that
I
two
love
thing, but
that.
I've had just really an amazing career where I've been able to meet lots of people and influence communities where I live in, and it's been awfully fun.
That does sound cool.
Amazing. Yeah, that gives me chills. What's the job?
So I started off working for 2 different universities doing student activities. So I helped in leadership development and ran things like homecoming and concerts and all kinds of things like that. And then I moved to the Kansas City metro area and I worked for the Kansas City Zoo, first as an events person, and then I flipped over to the marketing side, and I haven't left marketing and communication since.
Oh, very
But
cool.
I worked for the Kansas City Zoo and then our art museum in Kansas City, which is the Nelson Atkins Museum of Art, and then the World War One Museum, which is our nation's museum about World War One. And now
Wow.
I work for one of the suburbs here in Kansas City as the communications director and help share the story of all the great work that our local government people do.
Fantastic.
Incredible. I love it.
Yeah.
And very cool that you can like put it all together in a little package like that. That's
Yeah,
very cool.
what's funny when I look back on life, I remember I studied political science in college, and I remember thinking, I don't know what I'm going to do with this degree, and I really didn't. And back then, we really didn't talk about nonprofit work in the way that it's done today. And I remember my senior year of college saying, I hope that I can find a job where I can make a difference in the town where I live. And when I think
Oh.
about what zoos and museums
Mhm.
and working for a city all have in common, it's that theme. So I feel like I ended up doing
Wow.
what I wanted to do, but I didn't know what I wanted to do back then. And I tell people when
Yeah.
they're graduating from college, don't beat yourself up. You're going to figure it out and life will change around you and it all works out.
There you go.
Oh man, I
Flow
love
with
that.
it.
Flow with it.
You said in before we started that you had a story involving my mom.
I do. Gibby, I don't know if you remember this. Um, your mom was senior class president when we were seniors in high school, and I was student body president. And so we delivered the commencement speeches. Do I remember anything of what we said? Absolutely not. But I look back and I was like, I'm pretty sure that was the two of us. And indeed it was.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Oh, how time has flown by and all the things we're going to
Yes.
do.
Yes.
Hey, I real quick, I want to ask you: were you also very instrumental with our class floats?
I was. I was a big part of our class floats, and I would like. Do you remember the whole story
Oh yeah, I
of?
was hoping you were going to
So
share it. Lex, what
I
one
don't know
second,
the
Lex.
story.
Okay, so go ahead, please.
okay, so like small town homecoming floats are sort of a big deal,
Wait a minute.
and
I do know the story.
And
I know
yet
what you're gonna say.
traditionally you get fourth place your freshman year and then third place your sophomore year and you move up, but not our class. Our freshman year, we deservedly probably got fourth place. And then our
Yeah,
sophomore year, our float was really good.
it was.
Pac-Man was a thing. We had a moving Pac-Man
That's
mouth.
incredible.
It was
It was
fantastic. And we got
nice.
fourth place.
That sounds like a
It was
first
good.
place float. I don't know what happened.
And then our junior year, it was decent again, and we got fourth place again. So by our senior year, we just wanted to get fourth place.
Yeah.
So we
For the
just,
record.
we just put a toilet on it
Yeah.
and stapled the pom-poms all
My
on
mom
it.
has
I
a
mean,
picture of that. I
it
know.
was horrible.
That's
And we
incredible.
got fourth place, and we were so proud. Actually, my dad forever told people that story. He loved that we did
It's
that.
the best story.
The administration was not impressed, though.
You're kidding
They were
me.
not.
How's
No,
that
they were not
possible?
happy.
Not at all.
A
But you know
toilet?
what?
We were
What
a
are we
little
gonna
bit
do with it?
spunky.
They're going to not let us
You know.
graduate? Whatever.
If they don't let you graduate from a toilet on a float, I mean, come on.
Denise, though, seriously, did we have the best class or what?
We did. We had, everybody, there was the normal kind of different groups of people, but everybody was, I think, kind to each other. It wasn't a lot of snobbery. It's been fun to get back together over the years and watch people change and their priorities change.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, one of my favorite parts of high school was, do you remember the car I had? My dad, I was so spoiled.
I do remember.
My dad restored for me a 1963 Corvair convertible.
Mhm.
And as you know, in our little town, we spent an inordinate amount of time driving up and down Main Street, and a little red convertible was a good way to do that.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like
That was a
best
nice
time.
car.
It was a fun car.
Well, okay. So speaking of cars, what is the coolest transportation you've ever been on?
So I kind of have a tie for this. Is that all right?
Of course,
if I
it's
have
your
a
pod.
two story. So the first one, do you know the Red Baron planes, the biplanes, if you think about it, with the white and the red wings? And so I rode in one of those. And you kind of have to know going in that I have a lot of adventure stories, but I'm really kind of a chicken. I don't like roller coasters. I don't like a big drop. So some of this stuff is, I look back and I'm like, why? My dad was he was the link between Chevrolet and the Kansas City Chiefs. So we got free football tickets and all these great things. But one thing he got to do was, the biplanes were in town and there were three of them, and he could take somebody with him. And so he was in one, I was in another, and another person was in the third.
Yeah.
We get up flying, and I'm feeling brave that you put on the goggles, you're in the open pit. I was
Red
feeling
Baron.
like I'm
Incredible.
cool just because I did that.
Totally.
And then the pilot goes, "Are you ready?" And I was like, "For what?" And we did an upside down loop and literally did the pause in the air and start coming down like some cartoon thing. And as you can imagine, there were some words flying out of my mouth. My heart was beating so strong. We did a few other things like that, like the spirally thing going up.
Yeah.
And the best part is, we get on the ground and my mom comes over, and my dad and I are getting off the plane, and she said we were both shades of white and green, like she has never seen before.
Oh my gosh,
so
that's incredible.
We lived through the biplane experience.
That's
what
phenomenal.
A time.
Lucky.
I could see how that would
was
be
pretty fun.
in the race for first. Yeah.
And then my other ridiculous story just happened a couple years ago. And I'm a traveler, and I'm very, very fortunate that I've been able to travel a lot. And we were in the French Alps, and my friend decided that we should paraglide off the mountain. And I kept saying, I don't run very well. I'm not super athletic. Is this a quality idea? And so we get up to the top, and the three of them run with their person, you're tandemed on, and they go off and they're flying. And I, of course, start and just then roll down the mountain. And I'm thinking, oh, this is it. This is how I'm going out, but eventually got back up, and the guy said, we can do this. And then, so you're jumping off, and you're literally for 30 minutes flying over the Alps with a big parachute, and he's doing all the gliding and everything. At the end of that experience, there was a lot of beer, I will say,
Uh,
because I was little,
what a
but
wonderful experience, though.
Oh my
And
gosh.
just
around the Alps.
glorious and gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And you know what I love about both of those that you chose is how they are in the air. There's something about being up in the sky that just feels so different than all of our
it
experiences
is.
here on the ground.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
also was able to do a hot air balloon ride over the Serengeti to the
No
Wow.
point
way.
where you hear the noise
Yeah.
of the gas going up, and you look down and the elephants and the giraffe are below you, and they can hear it because it's so early in the morning and so quiet there, and they're looking up at you, and just a trip.
That is
That sounds
awesome.
unreal. That's amazing.
I want to read your memoirs.
Yes. Are you going to write some?
You never know.
You never
Well,
know.
you'll have some
I've had
time
a
when you
lot of good
retire.
adventures.
Yeah. We'll have you, you know what? If not, we'll have you on here. You can just keep telling us your stories on the podcast.
Excellent.
Oh, okay. So it's game night. Which game is your choice to play?
I'm a big gamer. I love games. So I was giving this some thought, and I think it depends on how many people are at game night.
It does depend.
If
Yeah.
there's just two of you, I'm playing cribbage. My dad
Nice.
and I used to play
Mm,
cribbage all the time, and it's such a good, easy,
yeah.
strategic game. You don't
Yeah.
you can kind of be in and out of it.
Yeah.
So that's
That's
the
a good one.
two-person game. If you've got like 4 or 5 people, I think it's something like I have this game Chronology
Uh-huh.
that you have to put important dates in history or random things in a row. So I love things that test your brain, or a good Trivial Pursuit, or
Yeah.
any kind of game like that. And then when we get a really big group of people together, I think people call this different things, but we call it the name game. Everybody puts like 10 names in a bowl, and then you get in teams, and you have to somehow get people on your team to guess who it is that you pull out, and you can't pass, and it's comical. We'll play with sometimes 20, 25 of us,
Oh
and
my
it's
gosh, that
really
sounds
fun.
That sounds
so
like a huge fun.
fun. I love
Yes.
okay. I love that you have different tiered games based on how many players, because it's
Yes.
so true.
Yeah.
And they're all completely different experiences. Yeah, those are good ones. The Trivia Pursuit. You said
Yeah.
it's great to test your brain. For me, it's like I don't know those things. I love it because I learn things and then I leave and I'm like, I can't believe those happened so close in
And I also
time.
can't remember things. Chronology is really funny because some stuff you'll know. It's like, and you don't have to know when it took place. You just have to say, was it before or
Compared to
after
the
this?
others. Yeah.
But like one question was like, when was the zipper invented? And you're like,
Oh
that
my
could be
gosh.
20 years ago or 600 years ago. I have
Yeah.
no idea. And
Do
so
you
it's
remember
really
that
fun.
one?
No, I don't.
Oh my gosh.
Which is why I can play again and again, because
Yeah.
I don't remember it.
Now that's what you need is
We
you
don't
need a
have to
game that
buy
you
new
can forget.
cards.
Yeah. You don't need expansion packs. You just need
No,
a
just
faulty memory.
don't remember.
Okay, what kind of like where are you having these parties that have so many people in it for the big games?
I am blessed with a group of friends, my girlfriends, and then their husbands, and now their children, who range from senior in high school to senior in college. And we do a lot of things together.
Oh,
We
love that.
do, and they're all gamers. So
Oh,
we will honestly go down to like one of the person's lake houses and sit around and play for a couple hours. Or we have New Year's Eve parties every year, which are costume based, which is ridiculous.
Oh my
And
gosh,
that's
so
fun
end up
fun.
in itself.
playing games
Yeah.
those nights. Yeah.
Of course. Oh wait, so let's back up here. Tell us about these costume themes that you've had in the past.
We're on about year 15, I think, of it.
Wow.
And
Nice.
we've done everything from royalty, which we
Yeah.
had
Cool.
Elvis there, and I came as Cleopatra or King Tut, one of them, and baseball players that were royals. We had come dress as your elementary school photo. That was a good
Nice.
Gosh,
one.
that's so
That would be a fun one.
Come dressed as your favorite holiday, Saturday Night
Oh,
Live.
that's fun.
This
That's
what was
good
this
too.
year? This year was Myths and Legends.
Oh, so
So
cool.
yeah, we get a little creative, and I think all of the husbands roll their eyes, but in the end, they really are into it.
Oh,
And
totally.
I think what I
Good.
love the most is that at this point, you would think those kids, I mean, this started when they were in tiny elementary school, but they're
Mhm.
in college and they forego other parties and still come back to ours. So,
Oh, that
Sweet.
just warms my heart so much. I
yeah,
love this.
yes. It's a very good time.
Hey, what is a rule that your family had growing up that you still follow today?
My family was a group of, I would say, debaters. Like, we
Mm.
could not get through a single dinner without someone saying, "That's not right," and marching over to the encyclopedia set that we had there in the kitchen and pulling it out and proving something wrong. Like, we
Oh
just,
Nice.
my
like,
goodness.
and it totally has influenced my life. I think it's why I love trivia, and
Yeah.
thank goodness for Google, because now, I mean, somebody will be in a conversation. I'm like, I don't know that. I have to look things up. My
Mhm.
Yep.
brain wants, do I retain them? 100% no.
No.
But in the moment, so that influence of curiosity and wanting to know things is just inbred in me. It's way deep.
That
Yep.
is such a good answer to this question. I saw this video a while ago that was like, what did you do before Google? And people are explaining, well, we went to the encyclopedia. And if we
Yes,
didn't have one, we went to the library. And if they didn't have anything, then we asked them to order something. And then if all of those things didn't work, then we just didn't know. And
that's right.
it's just
And there
funny to
was,
think about.
and and it, right, you, like, we bought an encyclopedia set and had it for probably 15 years, and I'm sure by the end some of it was wrong, but it
So
didn't matter
outdated.
because it was your source of truth. So,
Right.
That's how those companies thrived. Hey, we got new stuff in this one.
Every year
yes,
things change.
yes.
Such a good memory in time with the rise in technology and
Yeah.
wow.
I mean, I remember those encyclopedias. They were red, like a deep red with gold lettering on the front and this
Hmm.
black little rim around them. I mean, I just, I
Yeah.
don't remember a lot from growing up. Those are emblazed in my
That's
head.
a testament to how often you guys pulled them down from
Yes.
the shelf.
Yeah.
Mostly because we just wanted to prove each other wrong. That's what it
Oh
really came
my
down.
gosh. Tell us about your family. Like how big was your
Yeah.
family?
I have two older brothers. And my mom was a teacher and my dad worked for General Motors. Um, we were a consistently having parties at our house and a lot of people. Ours was one of those houses that people were just in and out of all the time. My dad
Yeah.
built his own pool table, and it was in our den, which actually that was our front door. So you walked in and immediately there was a
Time
pool
to
table
party.
right there. And yeah,
Yeah.
so we had a lot of fun.
Wow. What a cool just what a cool foundation for you in life. And then it seems like that has just continued on. That has really set the foundation for you.
Yes. And then my folks, actually, everyone in my family ended up moving to Kansas City, which is crazy, and
What?
where my grandparents actually had lived. But so everybody was here, which is just amazing
That's
from our little
awesome.
town.
Yeah.
Did you follow or were you one of the first?
I was the last.
Oh, there you go.
I was
Yeah,
the
very
last, and
cool.
I thought, and I was working for Cornell University in upstate New York, which was a great experience. But I thought, I want to be back in the Midwest and I want to be by my family. So
Yeah.
I ended up moving here, and that's when I started working for the zoo. So
Nice.
Wow.
Hey, let me ask you a real quick question. Currently, how's the weather?
it's horrible. I haven't been outside since Friday at 5.
Nice. It's Sunday for reference for our
It's
guests.
yes, Sunday for reference. It's about 10 degrees below zero, and
Oh,
there's
Mm.
snow out there. And I just bought enough food
uh-huh.
and hunkered down. And yesterday I cleaned a closet and started a puzzle. Good way to spend a
I
weekend.
Hey,
love it.
what's the puzzle of?
This puzzle, my nephew and niece got me for Christmas, and it looks like it's a kind of a European town that's really colorful. I just finished another puzzle that was a Star Wars puzzle with Grogu. Um,
Cool.
so yeah, yeah, I like
Yeah.
puzzles. Bring me. I only want to do them like 15, 20 minutes at a time,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
there's something very in this world that just spins so fast, very grounding about just stopping for a few minutes and doing a puzzle. For me, it's tactile and it brings joy.
That's wonderful.
I love that. That is so true. Great advice. Wait, before we move on, so Mandalorian. You've seen all 3
Mandalorian.
seasons?
Yes, I have.
I just
I'm
watched the 3rd season for the first time. I don't know why, and I loved it.
Yeah, it's a really good show, and Grogu's
It
about
is.
adorable.
Oh my gosh, so
Yeah,
much.
I mean, you have to understand that for us, we were 10 or 11 when the first Star Wars came out,
Yeah,
and that
Yeah.
was freaking life-changing. I mean, it
groundbreaking, yeah.
was big and epic, and I know you look at it now and maybe the special effects are a little bit you're kinda like, "Ha ha," but it was so different than everything
Yeah.
else,
So,
Yeah.
and
and
yes,
lifelong fan.
I love it. That's so great.
Lex set me down to watch Mandalorian and
Mhm.
enjoyed it. I only watched the first season, though, I believe.
Here's my take on The Mandalorian, and I love Star Wars too, but you mentioned Grogu, which we were talking about that. I love season 1 because of just the foundation of this setting of all the
Yeah.
characters. Season 2 is pretty good, and then season 3, I feel like they really relaxed a lot, and I feel like The Mandalorian and Grogu got to kind of like things just felt a little bit more at ease, so you got to see a
Yeah.
little bit more fun and play, and I love
Yes.
that.
Agreed.
She also had me
Agreed.
watch Loki for a little bit as well.
Oh.
Do you like
I'm
Loki?
I'm a huge Marvel fan. I've seen everything.
Cool.
That's what I rewatched during the pandemic. I figured I
Oh, that's a
found
good
out
one.
the chronological version of it, and when you go back and watch them, because they're all out of order, and you're like,
Uh-huh.
oh, I get it now, because there is some deep, deep storylines in there that
Mhm.
you can enjoy the movies without them, but boy,
Yeah.
when you get in there, it is
That's the coolest part, is
mind-blowing.
that anybody can enjoy a single movie. People can put connections between movies, but then when you really dig into it, you're like, look at all of this background stuff that
All right, what's the best Marvel
connections.
movie? I get to
I was
ask
going to
you a
ask
question.
you. No, let's ask you first. Okay, let's say it at the
Yeah.
same time.
Okay.
1,
One,
2.
2, 3. Guardians of the
Ant-Man.
Galaxy.
I love Guardians of the Galaxy specifically because I love the soundtrack in the movie. It's so much fun.
It's the best. I remember seeing the trailer for Guardians in the movie theater, and I was like, that looks like the stupidest thing ever. There's a
It does.
raccoon that has a gun. I'm like, that's stupid. And I think I saw it in the theater 3 times.
Oh, I love when things happen like that. That is
Yes.
the best. Gibby, did you say a movie when we counted?
I didn't, because I'm always off on the count, but I would have said Galaxy.
No, you
So-
would not.
Yes, I would have.
Oh.
Are we going to yell at each other?
Well, I'm going to get out the encyclopedia and I'm going to look up what's Gibby's favorite Marvel movie.
It was Galaxy.
Oh,
The
that's
reason
so
I brought
funny.
Guardians is also snarky. That's
Yeah.
it's
It is, yeah.
so
It
so
is.
funny. And it
Definitely
has
a different
great
humor. It's awesome.
Well, the reason I had mentioned Loki is this morning I'm having my coffee and I was like, how, I try to get into the relaxed, for the
The
pods
host
on Sunday.
mindset.
Yeah. And so I put on Saturday Night Live, the latest version. It is funny. First of all, they beat the heck out of our current president, but Loki was part of the thing.
As
It
they
was
always
funny.
do with every president.
No, I have it recorded. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't
My
say
bad.
anything. Nothing about
No, no.
Loki.
But it was, yeah, it was just a cameo. But anyhow,
Oh,
No.
that's funny. Say no more. Move
I'm
to our
not.
next question.
I'm
Gibby.
going to the next question. Hey, share a time you had a meaningful connection with nature or an animal.
Well, as you can imagine, working in a zoo, I've had a lot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think I held a 2-toed sloth. I
Oh
held
my
a
gosh.
gigantic boa constrictor and an alligator. I watched a giraffe being born. So I've had
Wow.
tons. But
Yeah.
the one that sticks in my mind was I've luckily been on 3 safaris. But on my first safari, we were camped out, I'm saying in the middle of nowhere, like in Tanzania, you just nowhere.
Wow.
And it's so dark. We were in these tents. I was married at the time, and we were in these tents that were like 6-person tents, but they had cots in there for you. And with the tents have the kind of roll up windows so you
Uh-huh.
could get breeze through it. And I wear glasses and I'm just horribly blind at night. And so I heard this noise. We were asleep in the middle of nowhere, and I heard this noise and I thought, why is he got, in my head, it was like a grocery store bag that was
Uh-huh.
crinkling. And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
what is happening here? And I put on my glasses and I look over, sound asleep. And I was
Mm.
like, what is that noise? And I look around, and right on the other side of the window that's rolled up, like, is a 1,500-pound water buffalo chomping on leaves.
Uh-huh.
Just,
Oh my gosh.
and I was like, okay, I'm gonna die. Or so I just took off my glasses and just put my little head back down.
It went back
And
to
I just
sleep.
remember that he just kind of, it's like a cow eating, but a lot larger
Uh-huh.
and wild. And I
Yeah.
just
Well,
thought, I could not believe he didn't come into the tent, but he did
Yeah.
not. He
That's
just
gotta be so
ate.
humbling.
Oh my
goodness.
gosh.
yeah,
It
I
was
mean,
incredible.
they can be very aggressive animals as well.
Yeah,
That
and
is a
very
great
large.
story.
I mean,
Yeah.
Okay, so now we know how Denise would react in a horror story. She's the one who
yeah,
hides under the sheets and pretends like
yeah.
nothing's
I
there.
would just be like, nope, tagging out, just not happening.
What problem?
I have friends that we go up and camp in the mountains all the time, and a lot of times we'll take one of those tents. We call them wall tents, so they're canvas and just wood burning stoves and the whole bit. There must have been about 40 of us up there this particular one evening, big fire, and everybody's enjoying the evening. And I was like, I'm going to go crash. And normally at this location there's a stream along, and it's very loud. So I'm not going to sleep in the wall tent. I'm going to sleep in my hammock. There's these trees that are perfect to set up, and so I set up and I go out and I'm sleeping, and in maybe 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, I don't know, I felt somebody pushing on me, and I was like, dudes, come on, I'm trying to sleep, and that stopped, and then a couple seconds later, I'm like, gosh darn it, would you stop it? I'm trying to sleep, and it stopped for a minute, and then rubbing on me again, and I flipped open because I flip it open,
Yeah, it has
and I'm like, what the? And it's a big cow rubbing up against me, and I was like, okay,
I like how
get
you
away from me. I
smelled.
push it away,
Oh,
and
that's so funny. Well, a cow's probably like, what on earth is this man hanging
Yeah,
around in this hammock,
yeah.
floating
He
above?
thought you were like a cocoon.
I
Yeah,
was a scrub
I've
brush
never
for
seen
the
like this
thing
before.
because he was rubbing his rump on me the whole time. I
Oh
didn't know.
my gosh, that's amazing. Oh, I love these stories so much. Thanks for bringing that up, Denise. Denise, can you tell us about something unique or interesting that you collect?
I can. So for my 10th birthday, it was the bicentennial of our country, which amazingly, we're now coming up on 250 years. Anyway, so bicentennial of our country, and on my cake was a little Christmas tree ornament that was Snoopy with a little bicentennial hat on. So
Right
that was
on.
my very first Peanuts Christmas ornament, and I now have about, I don't know, it's more than 200, less than 250.
Oh my gosh.
A
Wow,
lot of them are from the 60s and 70s.
that is so
It's
cool.
really fun to collect. They're all different Peanuts characters. And I have a 7-foot tree that is only Peanuts. And one of the reasons I like this collection is because I get it out once a year. And I
Yeah,
can
that's
enjoy
good.
them as I put it up, and then it goes away in a couple of months because it could become overwhelming.
That's a
Um,
great point. If you
yeah,
collect things, collect it
yeah, you don't
seasonally.
want to kind of see it all the time. It
Yeah.
becomes white noise if you
Yeah, it means
so
something
I
when you're only seeing it occasionally.
exactly. So I have 200 plus Peanuts Christmas ornaments. That's my thing.
I want to hear about where do you get them from? Thrift shops and things?
Originally, for a long time, it was just kind of gifts here and there.
Mhm.
When I really got into it, eBay, you
Yeah.
can, amazingly I'll still buy a few of the new ones. I don't buy a ton of new ones, but they make these tiny little miniature ones that are super cute. Or I just,
Yeah.
there'll be one or two that I love, but mostly and sadly, at one point I had to make a list because I couldn't remember what I had and didn't have. And so,
That makes
um,
sense.
I would say a lot of them are eBay-ish.
Mm.
That's not
It's a
sad to
common
make a
theme
list.
quite a common theme. I don't remember, which I certainly can relate.
Yeah, I don't remember things.
Okay, do you remember in your collection, are there any that really stand out to you as meaningful? Obviously, the first one, but any other ones than that, or ones that are just really cute and fun?
I love, there was a series that they did of international Snoopies. So
Oh,
there
cute.
is a Snoopy in that looks like he's in Venice with the hat, and he looks like he's a gondola guy, and one from Germany with a beer, root beer. One
Yeah,
with
of
he's
course.
in a turban, a Japanese one. One from Mexico. So he's kind of in all of these, you know,
Yeah,
cultural representations, which I love.
that's very cool.
And yeah, I mean, there's so many are special because over time somebody gave one to me. They thought
Yeah.
of me and they got it, and so you get it out and little heart hug and love them.
So, do
Yeah.
people still give them
They
to you?
do. They kind of rarely because I'll be like, oh, I've got that one already.
Yeah,
But
Oh,
yeah, that
yeah.
yes,
makes
I'll
sense.
get them once in a while. I'll
That's
get things
cool.
once in a while.
That is really fun. I love that. Very unique.
We watch the Peanuts every year for especially the holiday ones, and
It's
it's
the
so
best.
funny.
They're just the best.
You're so
Yeah,
stupid, Charlie Brown. I mean, that's
Yeah.
so mean, but what are you gonna do? That was our childhood.
that was the time.
Yes. Wah 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 wah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so fun. I love that. All right, so shifting a little bit. We love this
Okay.
question too. Tell us about a show or a live performance that you saw that left a big impression on you.
So I've been to tons of shows, and oh, if people haven't been to the Sphere in Vegas, go see something there. I saw the Eagles
That's good.
there, but the one that actually thought of was a sporting event. And I'm not an athlete, never been an athlete, but I love um, the community of sport, like
Yeah,
when
that makes
everybody's
sense.
rowing the same direction.
Yeah.
And Kansas City, lately we've been pretty okay with football, and but there was a
Yeah.
long drought, a long, 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 long drought. And a decade ago, the Royals, our baseball team, started getting really good, and we it ended up that they were in two World Series in a row and won the second one. But leading up to that, so in 2014 there was a wild card game, and it was one of those games where oh God, it was so electric there. And I was there with a friend, and we at the beginning we were playing great, and we were like, this is it. We're gonna be in the playoffs and we're gonna do it. And then we started to lose, and you could just feel that just the
Yeah, the
energy
energy.
Yep.
sucked out of the crowd. Then we did a little better again. And then it went into extra innings, and they scored, and we were like, "Oh, this is it. There's no way." And in the long run, we won. And it was 12 innings of a baseball
Wow.
game like I have never been to. I love baseball. I love baseball in person.
Yeah.
And oh, just so electric. And that kind of was the start of that fun. And at the very end, so we lost that World Series that year, but the next year it was a great season, and we ended up winning the series. And then Kansas City had a parade downtown, and it was November, but it was 70 degrees, and
Wow.
it was a perfect day. There
Yeah.
were so many people downtown that cell phones didn't work.
Uh,
I mean, I think there was like 800,000 people downtown,
Oh
a
my
sea of
gosh.
blue, and it was so, so, so much fun. So that entire kind of memory
That time
starts with
period,
that
yeah.
game, and I
that's
loved that
fun.
game.
That
Fun.
is a great memory. I'm so glad you brought that up. There's nothing like the energy shift in the roller coaster, but to end winning, that's good.
Is
That's what
great.
you want.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
no fun leaving the stadium when you're like, oh,
Been there, done that.
yeah.
And for those of you who are sick of us Kansas City Chiefs fans, I will remind you that we had a lot of really, really bad years. There were many seasons we were 13-3 and lost in the first game of the playoffs. So I know you're sick of us, but we still like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've earned it. It's all
We
right.
have earned it. It's all right.
That is
Fans.
so fun. And
That's
the
cool.
community
And
aspect is,
that's
yeah.
right. And I'm one of those people trying to go to every baseball stadium in the country.
You are?
Oh.
I
What are you
am.
at right now?
I think I'm at 17.
How many are there?
If it, there's 30. If it's been torn down since then, but I went to that city, I'm counting it.
Obviously, yes.
Yeah.
And it's that common bond of a love of something and community pride. And I think for a lot of years, Kansas City had a chip on its shoulder that we're not as good as Denver and St. Louis is better. And so when something's going well,
Yeah.
you just get behind it and feel it. So
Oh, totally. Yeah. Like, even if you're not really into sports, you can get into it, you know?
yes, yeah, it becomes real easy. And if you've been a diehard fan through the hard times, it's even sweeter.
Oh, for sure.
I'm going to add my own question to you, kind of putting you on the spot. So,
Love it.
our class, what was one of your favorite moments or something that you remember from our class that you really enjoyed?
I mean, other than the homecoming float, which
That was
pretty good.
epic
that
and
was
forever. Let me think for a second. I just remember that cruising up and down Main Street and all being together and back and forth and saying hello and and that friendliness and that I always say that the connections to that town runs deep.
Yeah.
I'm amazed at how many people I have kept in touch with. I talk to other people and I don't think it's the same.
I don't either.
That they still know dozens and dozens of people. I just had lunch the other day with one of my mom's friends who's in her 80s that is from our hometown and lives here in KC. And we got together and talked. And it's just a magical, magical place.
Yeah.
Denise, I can't believe that we have just flown through our questions. Let me just say, you have picked excellent questions. Your answers are so fun.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. It's been fun to reflect a little bit and just think about, stories and time.
Yes. We appreciate the things that you brought onto the podcast today, and
You're welcome.
We'll touch base with you soon. Stay warm. Stay inside. I love the things that she brought up.
Yeah, she's, a really interesting occupation, being able to bounce from a lot of cool job opportunities that she was able to take advantage of, and then she loved them all, which is another thing that's great.
I love the intro that she said, where she kind of recounted everything, and she's like, and this is what I wanted to do in terms of something that helps people, and then I did it.
Yeah,
so cool.
I think what I got out was, I'm getting a political science degree. What am I going to do with that? I'm going to help people.
I know, I love it. So, if you had to pick one question that stood out, what would you say? In one answer, I mean.
I think game night with her friends, for the big holidays or just get-togethers, and what you called was, you have tier numbers for tier participants, which is very cool. Those times,
the
spend
best
your time with spending with friends, laughing, games.
I love their themed New Year's Eves. That's so fun. Any opportunity to dress up and be silly, people should take, I think.
I thought her story of the water buffalo and ignoring it so it'll just go away.
Taking off of the glasses. It's like, if I can't say it, it's not there.
It's not there.
Oh, that's my favorite part. So I love her collection answer. So much fun. I am excited to see the picture that she sends that shows more than 200, but less than 250 peanuts ornaments. And I love her goal about visiting every stadium too.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, once again, another great afternoon with a guest. We love having all our guests on and hearing their stories and learning from them.
Yes, we had a great time. Porch Swing People, out.
Porch Swing People is recorded and produced by Lex and Gibby. Opening music was written and produced by Michael Gibson. Porch Swing People is a podcast featuring everyday people. If interested in being a guest, email us at porchswingpeeps@gmail.com.